Well, very good evening to everybody. Hope you are all doing well on this Wednesday evening. I have to remember what day it was there. If you can hear the game music in the background, and I'm not sure whether you can or not, because I'm a bit uninformed as to how exactly that works, then you can hear that we are playing Quern this evening. So we're going to be carrying on with everybody's favourite puzzle game, or at least favourite so far, and we'll be getting started with what looked like a little doozy of a logic puzzle that we discovered at the end of last stream, and yeah, I've been looking forward to that one quietly all week. I imagine this game so far has been difficult mainly in the sense of the puzzles themselves. So, in other words, sort of the puzzles themselves. Sorry, in terms of the exploration of the puzzles, finding the pieces, finding the puzzle pieces, places, and working out how to use them. But the actual solving of the puzzles hasn't been too tricky, in one or two places, but generally speaking not too bad. And so therefore I imagine that this logic puzzle will not be the hardest one in the world, but now watch me get stuck on it for the next 20 minutes, so we'll see. So without further ado, let's jump in. My face is in the bottom left, and I think for Quern that is probably a good thing. Let's find out. I have been binging on Peaky Blinders like a motherfucker. With the new season coming out recently, I decided to go back and watch it all again, and I've not regretted that decision one bit. Thoroughly enjoyed it yet again. And I realise I'm a massive Tom Hardy fanboy, but even so, he's so good. Such a good actor, really. Like, some of the scenes, they're chilling. He's really, really good. Ooh, this isn't where we ended the game, which makes me very concerned. We haven't lost any progress. Interesting. Right, let's quickly get that sorted, and away we go. Right. So this puzzle I was unable to solve, but I was dealing with this. Yeah, you see that shouldn't be there, but never mind. Right. Let's bring up the map. So we're over here and we want to get to solve that one. And over here, broken bridge. And in here was the cog room. And so we were able to make our own battery. And pop it in here. Wow, it's deleted a lot of progress. That's annoying. That's the first time that's happened. So we now need to get to the place where, yeah, we need to get into this room, basically. But from the other side. And in order to do that, we have to go up the rope ladder. Which is around the other side, maybe? Yeah, and solve the puzzle up here, which is really weird that it's lost its progress. It's very unusual. So far, the game's always loaded up exactly where we left it. Maybe I did something wrong. I don't know. So theoretically now, yeah, we can do this about. So we do that. That one was correct. So that's there. Good news. We still can't crack that, but we should now be able to go in there. So. Yes, as a result of that, we can go in here, and we'll reread this letter for anyone who...
You've managed to get into the mechanics. Clearly, you've completed all of my previous challenges. This could mean that you are a genius, fulfilling all of my expectations, and you are truly worthy of all the further knowledge I'm about to offer you. Or you could just as well be a fool, considering the fact that the power of Quern literally gives you infinite time to guess the solutions of all my puzzles. One way or the other, I'm sure your presence here is no mistake. Your participation in this matter is absolutely essential. If she were to appear to you, she would try to poison your mind with her misleading lies. You must ignore her, just as I once did.
By hard work, all things increase and grow. Like my cock. Right, can't do anything with that, so we are stuck with this logic puzzle, which I am very much looking forward to having a go at. So we need a random scrap of paper. Let's do that. So I slide off screen for a second. Here we go. So my notes from last time, well, just random, paper notes, but rather useful for this sort of puzzle. So first thing, well, let's have a reread. So number 5, number 3 is reachable with a nice fine. The sum of the numbers in the third row is 7. Number 4 stands alone in the column on the far left. None of the rows can stand a number that's greater than the numbers in the row below it. If you add up all the numbers in the fourth column, the result is 3. Number 5 is the only one standing alone in both its row and its column. In-game sound is quite hard. Let's crank that down a bit. How's that? Couldn't tell. When I dropped it down to 50, it seemed a little bit low, so I've popped it up a tiny bit again. Right. Number 5 is the only one standing alone, and in number 4 stands alone in the column on the far left. So let's put number 4 in here. Number 5 is on its own. Number 4 on the far left is the only one. Right. So the numbers in the third row is 7. So if we assume for a moment that that's, for example, 4 and 3, and that 1 buggers off somewhere. So from number 5, number 3 is reachable with a knight's move, so it currently is, and it's currently in its own row and column. So currently this one is done, this one is done, this one is done. In none of the rows can stand a number that's greater than the numbers in the row below it. Greater than the... wait. None of the rows can stand numbers greater than the numbers in the row below it. So this can't work because... so currently that's now okay, because that's 5, that's 0. Wait, does that include 0? None of the rows can stand a number that's greater than the numbers in the row below it. Cannot be bigger. The row above cannot be bigger than the row below. So if you add up the numbers in the 4th column, the result is 3. Number 5 is the only one standing alone in both row and column. Currently 4 is also standing alone in row and column. And that has to be there because it has to add up to 7, so unless it's 4, 2 and 1, which it might be. Let's move that out for a sec, put 4, 2 and 1. And in the 4th column the result is 3. Well, then it can't be 4, 2 and 1, because then it would be impossible for the right column to... so this has to be 4 and 3, and this has to be 2 and 1. And now, none of them are standing alone in row and column except for number 5. 5 is within a nice move of 3. This one adds up to 7, this one adds up to 3. This is bigger than this, which is smaller than this, which is bigger than this, so that probably doesn't fulfill the... So let's just check. That's correct. That's correct. That's correct. That's correct. That's correct. 5 is alone, 4 is not, 3 is not, 2 is not, 1 is not. That adds up to 7, that adds up to 3. So, everything's 5 is within a nice move of 3, so the only one that is a problem is if none of the rows can stand a number that is greater than the numbers in the row below it. And there's 7. That's 1. Does it mean a total or just any number? Because if this needs to be 4 and 3 in this one, which I believe it does, then 5 has to be in the top row because it's the only place that it could be within a knight's move. It could either be there, there, there if 3 was there, but then 5 would not be alone. In none of the rows can stand a number that is greater than the numbers in the row below it. So if we make this one to make 7, we make this one to make 3. So now 3 is there. Let's just check if that adds up. So number 5 is in a nice move. Yeah, I realise that the 5 is not standing alone and can't be, but let's just work out the other stuff first. So number 5 is the only one standing alone. That's not happening. If you add up all the numbers in the 4th column, the result is 3. Yes, it's the only one. None of the rows can stand a number that's greater than the numbers in the row below it. We've not managed that because 5 is higher than 3. Number 4 is alone on the far left. The sum of the numbers in the 3rd row is 7, yes. So let's say we move that to there for a second. Four has to be... Wait, hang on a sec. 4 has to be alone on the far left, but it doesn't have to be part of this 3rd row. So 4 can bugger off up there for a second. And let's say we put 5 in here, for example. No, because then 4 can never be alone. So let's say 5 is here. Below it, so let's say we had 2, 1 like that. So now far right column adds up to 3. But this does not add up to 7. So now it does. But now 4 is not alone in. There we go, like that. So. Oh no, because now 3 is alone in row and column. So maybe 4 needs to be there. Yeah, that might be right. So, okay. Now we've got 4 is alone in the left column. The right column counts up to 3. The 3rd row counts up to 7. 5 is the only number which is alone. Oh no, because it's not alone because there's a 2 in there, and so 5 cannot be in that row. And so the only way that we can make 7 other than that is with 4 and 3. And 5 cannot be there, and it must be within a nice move of 3. So let's put that there for a sec. 3 has to be there and has to be alone, essentially. 4 wants to be alone there, 3 wants to be alone there, 4 and 3 there, 5 is alone there. 5's within a nice move of 3. I think that might be it. Maybe not. So, number 5 is reachable from 3 with a nice move. Dish, dish, dish. Done. The sum of the numbers in the 3rd row is 7, 4 and 3. Done. Number 4 stands alone in the column in the far left. Done. In none of the rows can stand a number that's greater than the numbers in the row below it. This is the one I forgot about. Can stand a number that's greater than the numbers in the row below it. 5, 4. Okay, swap those 2 around. Woo! So why is that not doing anything? I was rather hoping for some sort of spectacular beginning of machinations. Maybe now we can go and pull that lever and something will happen this time. Trying to drink tea and manoeuvre. Can't see where I'm going. Here we are. Right, so we come back around to this thing, and now... Fuck! Maybe we now move everything around to the other side? What? We've lit the bastard up! Let me crank the handle. Right, let's go and have a look. And see what's changed in that room, if anything. Well, that's changed. Let's go and see if the other doorway is open or if they are similarly closed. Ah, this one's now open. Anyone remember? Oh, you absolute bastard of a game. Right. I should have known that was coming, I should have known. Right, I've written down a little musical scale thing here. So... and then proceeded not to be ready when it actually started playing. Start again. This scale system that I was attempting to write down is futile and not going to work, so let's try a different one. Here we go. Okay. Hurrah! So, just for reference, first of all, I tried doing some sort of grid system with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then going and that didn't work at all. And then the system that eventually worked was simply writing down the numbers freehand, and of course I nearly went off the paper. But there we go, it did work, so I can't knock it too much. So we need a cog wheel to put on there, and I believe... Hey, look at that. So we've repaired that bit of the machine, we've repaired the bit of the machine on the other side. There doesn't seem to be much that we can interact with in here. Like, we've solved the puzzle. And I think we're just going to have to nip back out again then. And go back up the ladder, switch it to the other room. Unless I can get into this. No, I can't. So I need to go back to the ladder, switch it around again. And then go back in and see whether we can do something. Getting better at that. Right. Oh, now we can crank that. Hello. So, something significant has changed. Right. Well, let's go and try this side of the room first, just because it saves time buggering around with those circular patterns. And it might all be... Oh yeah, it's just changed to all one room. Okay. So this all looks a bit exciting. First things first, new area. Let's shine the blue light around and see if we've got anything hidden. Does not look like it. Now then, those are mirrors that look up into those mirrors on the ceiling by the looks of it. Alright, what have we got here? I'll put my blue light away. Well, let's have a little inspiration. So maybe the lever works now. Forgot about the inceptionness. Yeah. Dreams within dreams within dreams. So we've now got an enormous weird ass key. And welcome back, Mr. Prime. And look at that. There's one of those keys that we already have. We've got some white crystal that doesn't seem to be activated. Someone's been making batteries there. The gears just fixed it below you. It took the entire room moved downwards. Yeah, I think the whole thing basically just sort of twisted down. It was very cool. Very cool. So, presumably, when we were back in the room with the batteries, and I put them into that little machine on the left, they lit up in certain patterns, and I'm fairly sure I took notes of that, and I will be a tad miffed if those notes didn't save, because we had a little issue with the saving. So yeah, those notes haven't saved. How absolutely infuriating. I knew this was coming. Took pictures of all the symbols that they made. And now we don't have it. So we can obviously put something in here. We can try putting our red thing in, see if it burns anything. Doesn't look like it. Alright. So let's just try throwing in an orange light. Nothing much. And then let's try a blue light. No. Can we affect these in any way? does not seem so. What have we got? We got batteries, chalk, so... These look very much like the symbols that were kind of on the displays. So what? The fact that I can't interact with that at all is very odd to me, because what I'd like to do is... I can't even interact with this. Also, what's this massive key for? Let's bring up inventory and have a look at this thing. Oh, hello. Have I seen a door with a key hole a bit like that? I think I have, and I do not remember where the hell it was. Patiently wait. Well, I'll have my blue stick back while I think about it. Where have I been recently? Because I think I saw some sort of key like that. So... we could theoretically put... hang on a sec. Let's put one of these... no, that is not... oh yeah, if we put anything in, it's going to lock that room up, isn't it? But if I do this, like... this is what I did last time. No, that's terrible. Let's take a cleaner sketch. There we go. Right, delete that sketch. So that's the first one. While we're waiting, where are you from, Portable? Okay, so we've got all 5 noted. UK most of my life, then Berlin, and now Seattle. Alright, cool. What took you to Seattle? Love, work, or miscellaneous? Huh. Yeah, it does sound like you're moving around a bit. Ooh, was that key used in one of these places? Because I was in here. Just for work. Alright, cool. What is it that you do? No, you work for Mixer. Cool. How is that? I actually, I considered using Mixer when I started streaming because obviously Twitch is long established, and so you know that there's an argument for maybe trying out the sort of lesser used ones so that you might have a better chance at building up an audience without sort of competing with as many people, and maybe taking advantage of some slightly favourable starting conditions or whatever, but in the end, just I'd sort of kind of got used a little bit to using XSplit at the start, and XSplit seemed to have a lot of sort of inbuilt Twitch stuff that wasn't necessarily there for Mixer, so I ended up just going with the safe sort of less ambitious route. But I'd be interested to hear how Mixer's getting along, if it's or I don't know if you're able to talk about it or whatever, but aha! So this is where one could use a key. I can't really stand paying for a product that has a free alternative. Would the free alternative be OBS? Or is that also paid? OBS is free, is it? Right. I can see that. I'll tell you the reason. They just got me with the marketing. So they got me because I bought the Logitech webcam that everyone recommended for streaming, and the Blue Yeti microphone that was recommended again highly for sort of beginner streamers who just don't have a massive budget but want to get into it. So I didn't want to sort of spend my life away. And so I got a free premium license for a few months with it, and so like I think last week was the first time I've actually paid for it, and I just feel like it's, as you say, it's such a smooth product. Hello. So presumably evening, Piper. Good to see you. So what I assume I need to do is have a little glance at this key. Nope, come back, key, you little bastard. Come here. No, alright. So we go to inventory, and then we need to mess around with these locks, I would say. Now, which way is it going in? That's my question. Well, I'm glad it's going well. That's nice. Are you guys working on a lot of integration for XSplit and OBS stuff and stuff like that? I guess get the same, you know, try and match Twitch in that department. I think that's kind of what threw me the other way as a new streamer. I don't know if that's useful feedback or not, but I did look at Mixer, and in the end decided for the ease of the applications and so on. Oh, hello. So my keys moved up that way. OBS and XSplit integrate mostly by themselves. We helped OBS with our alternative video APIs. Oh, okay. Right, I think we need to dick about with this key. So I'm going to just try some random different configurations, like this, and then we're going to stick that key, and that has changed. So now bottom three want to go the other way, maybe? Bottom three as in furthest away from the key. So what? closest to the key the completely other way. So that way. These all of them that way. Why? I haven't yet worked out what effect things have. Let's change one variable. Let's change closest to the key and put it the other way around. So closest to the key, other way. In we go. And it suddenly goes miles out to that side. Go closest to the key again and stop pressing the wrong sodding hotkeys. So close to the key, middle. It still goes miles. And we now don't have that in inventory. Yeah, so there, closest to the key. Well, right, let's put them all flat straight. All flat straight. Following. That's not doing much. Is this designed to show us how to arrange these keys? Doesn't look like it. It looks like this key is the right key. What would push those up there? I'm moving that down and I'm putting it in there. Now the third one, now needs to change. So let's try the third one. Other way, yeah. In we go. Okay. Right. So we just needed to get them all straight so that they lined up for the energy. Fine. So next question. What's going on here? These seem to be solved. Does moving this have any effect? No. Does pressing this have an effect? Yes. This? If we do this, does something happen? This thing's opened. How about if we put in my red one? Is there anything else that we could put in on top of that? No. So we seem to have the choice only of... Let's try the blue one, just see if anything happens. No. So is it possible to put in a white one? We don't currently have a white one, but the white one would obviously be more powerful. So if we now crank this, still nothing happens. What's going on with this one? Nothing much. So let's try the one that's full up. Hit it and crank it. Okay. Aha! So the one that the button is on is the one that we take from. The one that the lever goes to is the one that takes the number. Oh, this is like the cup half full and the 3 litre and the 4 litre cup where you need to make 2 litres or whatever, because we need to make one of these. Make that one probably fill up to the bar. I guess we need to fill this one up specifically to here. So let's just check that theory. So if we are taking from this one and putting into this one and we crank it, it should go all the way up bar 1. Right. Then let's say we take from this one. No, let's say we take from this one and fill up this one. Then we're left with 4. That's not good. Pure maths, pure maths. So these are the same. So I think we need to put everything into this one for now. And then that gives us one that we can then store somewhere else. So for example, we can store one in there. Then we take back and put them up in there. We then wait, I've forgotten which way around it is. I think it's this way around. Let's do it. Yeah. So we do that. And now we take from there, crank that, and then take from there, crank that. So that gets you to the level that they want there. But I don't see how that helps us. Do we need to go step by step? Don't touch it. Not touching anything. Turning around. Anything happened? We can't take this key out, so presumably that puzzle is finished. Took me half an hour to get the bars to that line. Well, I got there a little quicker. I'm not necessarily very good at other puzzles, but I got that one. So my question is, what now? How does this help us? What is this powering, and what does it do? Because there's nothing to interact with here or here. We could charge. No. I cannot think for the life of me what that charge is. Oh. Right. So we've shorted out one of these power sources. I'm not sure if that's a good thing, but we seem to have an additional line here and a fresh puzzle. So we now need 6. Here we have 5, 9. Fine, so take from here, put here. Take from here, put here. Gives me 1. Take the 1. We need to take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 out. Put them here. Okay, I think I got it. So if we now take from here and put 3 in here, then that will leave us with 6, and then that will put 9 in here. 4, 5, 6. Ah, but we can't get only 3 out of here because we would pull the additional 1 out as well. Marvellous. Absolutely wonderful. Right. So now two down, 1 to go. Right, so we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And this thing's getting a bit rattly. And here we've got 3, 6, 9. And here we've got 4. And we need 11. Well, that was pretty useless. Alright. Okay, so there's 12. And we've now got 1. If we put 12 into the 9, we'll be left with 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 is needed. Into there. We need 4 plus 8. Is that right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. No, we need 3 plus 8. 3 plus 8, so we need to get 3 out of there, potentially. 3 and 8. So if that goes to there, and that goes to there, then we have 8, and now we need 3, which we are going to really struggle to get. just made negative progress there. Because we can get 3 by putting 1 in there, but that is not a solution, really. So we know we don't need 3 and 8 then. We need 3, 7 and 1. So how do we get 3, 7 and 1? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we have to swap these two around, I think, fill up. Oh, I had it the right way, balls. Fill them up. So now we've got 3 and 1, but we can't get 7 from it, I don't think. Can't open that lid again, so I can't shut it up, so it's just going to keep rattling around until we solve this one, I'm afraid. So 5, 4, 4 to make 11 is no good. We can put, oh, now if we put this one in here and then put this one in here, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8, 4 and 1. 8, 4 and 1. So if we put this one in here, we get 9, 3 and 1. And we have 12, so 12 and 4 can make 8, 12 and 9 can make 3, 8 and 4 can make 4, 4 and 3 can make 1, so we can only make 12, 9, 4, 3, 1. 12, 9, 4, 3, and 1. And because we can make 12, we can therefore make 8 as well. And because we can make 8, that's how we make 1. We get the 9 minus the 8 is the 1. And we can make 4, so we can make 12 minus 4 is 8. We can make 9 minus 4 is 5. So we can make 5 as well. So 12, 9, 8, 5, 4, 3, 1. And we need to make 11 from those, and the only way to do that is 8 and 3. So how do we make 8 and how do we make 3, and can we do that? So to make 8, we need to make 9 and then take 1 out of it, and the way to do that is by having 3 in there, which is like that. So if we do other way, so if we do that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we've now got 8, and in order to make 3, the only way we can make 3 is by having 9, so having a full set, and then take what? Got 8, and we need 3. How was I making 3 before? I was doing 4 and getting rid of 1, which means I needed 8. So the only way to make 3 is when you've got 8 already. Can you make 3 any other way? You can go from 12 to 9, but in order to go from 12 to 9, you cannot have any other number ready because you need all of them to make the 12. So if we have everything in that 12, then we are capable of making 3 or 8. Sorry. Yeah, 3 or 8. 3 or 8. And so 3 and 8 must be the first number that we make because they're made from the 12 and therefore impossible to make after the fact. So to make 11, we can't use 8 and 3 because they both require us to start with 12, and we can't do that with both of them. So the other ways to make 11 are 9, 1 and 1. How can we make 1 twice? We have it once here. Is there a way to make it again? It would be... we need to move that 1 into the 12, I think. And then we need to move everything into the left. And now we put I realise I'm making that noise a lot, but how's everybody doing with the puzzle so far? Anybody got it yet? Obviously don't tell us if you have, but I mean don't tell us how if you've got it, but if you've worked it out then feel free to brag. That's absolutely allowed. God, I love these puzzles. They're amazing. I love this game. There is another game a little bit similar to this in terms of being a puzzle game that's quite chilled out and not under some time pressure or anything, called Spectrum Retreat, that I'm definitely thinking about playing after we finish with this. Because, well, yeah, this type of game tickles my pickle. Alright. So if we take the 4 out of there and put it in there, oh that's 3, I thought that was 2 for some reason. I was like, why is that suddenly working? It's not. So if none of these number combinations work, then we need a different number that comes from the 12. Not a 3, but an 8. But I can get an 8. I can get an 8 right now. Like if I do that, I've got 8. There you go, there's 8. So how does that help us? Let's put it all back in there. So we've got 12 and 1. We could siphon off 3 and get 9. now we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 there. 8, 4, and 1. So now we pop that over there. That in there. Oh, I am struggling. I feel like I'm missing a very fundamental bit of maths here, like there's one number that I should be able to create that I've just missed. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We've got 9, 4, 12, and 9. Combinations that can be made are 1, 3, 4, 5, 8, 9, 12. How am I making 5? I've already got it, but I can't remember how I made it. Anyway, let's not worry about that, because I'm getting 4 and 1 and I'm putting them together here. Okay. So my key and easy to make numbers are 3 and 8. But then it's the case of putting those together, which is impossible. So we need to try and make 3 some other way. So we've got 8, 4, and 1 now. And if we now shift that over to there, put that one in, then we got 9, 3, and 1. Now I've got 10 and 3. We have to leave one of these full-ish. 3 in there, maybe? And then 1 plus 4 plus 4 is 9. We'd need 2 more. So maybe you have to like drain 4. Drain the 4. Now I've got 8 and 5. 4 and 1, but just reversed a bit. Huh. Once again, that noise rears its ugly head. Now we've got 6. We haven't had 6 for a while. In fact, I don't think we've had 6 at all. So it seems rather important that we've managed to get 6. So if we could turn this into a 1 somehow, but if we did that, we would just be making this not into 6 anymore. So how do we make use of having 6? Can we get 5 somehow? With the remaining 3... If we made 7 in the big tube... Then we put the 6 into the small tube. Hold on. 7 in the big tube. 6 goes into the small tube, giving us 2. And now we've got another number that we haven't had before, so we've got 6 and 2. And with 6, so how do we make 5 now to make? Because we've now got 7, 4. Wait a second. 7 and 4 is exactly what we need. Oh, baby. Ooh, that took far too long. Jesus. Right. Do apologise for that. Hope nobody fell asleep too much. We've now got ourselves a shiny white crystal. So the question becomes, where and what do we do anything with that shiny white crystal? Only place I can think of where we can put a crystal is that annoying little ledge where I kept wanting to put stuff and I couldn't find it. It's out here, I think, to the right. Because I've been trying to put stuff in this for ages. Alrighty then. God, this game is just so clean. It's so clean. Right, we have a new area. Let us explore. Don't know what that does. Click to send a signal. Right, okay.
Look around you. This is the gift the last one who called himself an explorer left behind. Seeking power, he defiled these once sacred grounds. And I couldn't stop him. I'll carry this burden forever.
battery life, otherwise... Ooh. Right, so we've got a new little pingy thing. That sounds cool. Whoa, baby. New linking of the areas between the North Shore and the swamp. God, it's so clean! They just mix all the little map elements together. Like, you absolutely did not see that that was there or that there was any possibility of it, and now there's a clean little link between this room and this area, for example. What a beautiful game. Note, by the way, that we have not solved anything that's going on yet. And I want to go and fetch that white stick back and maybe whack it in this thing, because I imagine that that's going to have some serious impact. So we need to go back round, nick that white thing. Oh, it doesn't even close the bridge. I assumed it was going to close that bridge and we were going to have to run back around, but thankfully we do not have to run back around. So we come over to here, up into this room with the mirrors. I love this game. I love this game. Assuming that this works, which it does. Look at it. It's a thing of beauty. Right. No idea what to do now. How do I affect those things? Can I ping them with my little pinger? Wow, that noise is going to get irritating pretty quick, isn't it? Right, let's not ping that anymore. These keys don't seem to do the trick. What else affects this room? The puzzle at the top of the ladder affects this room. And there is some positions here, which I presume we need to mimic. Is that right? Oh, I can't quite fit them all onto my screen, so I can't take a screenshot. Oh yeah, I can. Here we go. Right. So we've got a sketch, and then we need a sketch of this. And now we need to go and test out this theory. So we need to go to the top of the ladder, rotate the room a bit, and then have a little look. Right, we can't affect it with that. Oh! We cannot alter the room using this puzzle. Interesting. Interesting. So perhaps we need to explore that new area a tiny bit and maybe work out what's going on with the pinging device. One option I've just thought of is there was a blue light up on the wall towards the fishing area, I want to say. Up here. Let's try and ping it. Hello, hello. Well, if we want to save the game, we just ping that. What exactly are we doing with that thing? fairly close to this room. Which suggests there's some interaction between the two rooms. Huh. So we can't turn the room. How about if I nick this thing? Okay. So it doesn't do anything. These are now just permanently lit up. Uh-huh. Right, back to the new area. I've forgotten where it is. No, it's through here, isn't it? Back to the new area and see what there is to see. Interesting. Let's see if we can jump and ping. Ping. No. No cheating allowed. Right. Let's have a look at the map. So, Swamp Stars, that's that area. And this just takes us back in there. Putting this white thing in doesn't do anything extra. No. So is there anywhere else that we could power up with a white crystal? And is there anything else in this area? Hang on a sec, we've got a new area. Let's do a quick blue light sweep. So nothing, nothing, nothing. No, 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 no. Nada. Nada, nada, nada. De nada. Okay. That has all been done. What is that? Hello. Who thinks there are more hidden blue lights around and about? Because I do. Like that. That is definitely a blue light. Interesting. Do we just need to get higher? Maybe we're not in range and we need to go up there. How do we get higher but also on that side of the rock? To be able... Can we see it from inside the mine somehow? the closest we can get from down here. So, where is that? Let's have a quick check on the map, see what we're looking at. We're looking at this area from the Crystal Lab. Above the mine. From the other side. How do we get up there? Up, 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 up. We don't currently know how to do that, I don't think. Do I have access to that area in any way? So we've opened up that one. For reference, I still have not opened this thing. How frustrating. So... current challenge is to work out how to get as high up there as possible in order to blue light that, which maybe we're not supposed to get that one yet. Maybe that's for later. But now that we've got this little pinging device, I'm rather tempted to just try and figure out everywhere we could possibly use it. Let's go up to the top of the ladder area, and see if we can't find an angle to catch a fresh light. Cannot tell where I... Oh, okay, so I'm here. And an area that needs to be discovered is actually directly below us. We've got the booper, yeah. So, currently, my issue is... I have found a couple of lights and set them off. So we found one that I cannot currently boop. So there's this one. And I am unable to boop it. I've booped all the ones that I believe I can boop. actually been down there. Let's go down there and see. Don't see any more. Nope. So, my question remains. So we're not close enough to that one from here, but when we got to the top area we could boop it. But again, this one we cannot seem to boop. From down here. Potentially we need to be in the tower, but maybe to boop it. I imagine that this is going to come down at some point, like it's going to drill down if we do successfully complete something, and then we'll be able to enter it. But even then, that won't help us to be able to turn that on and off. So, what is currently unsolved? What needs solving? So, turning on that light. We've just opened up this area. And so far, unsolved is kind of how to open that door. Don't currently know. No clue. So that is unsolved. Got the device. We've now sort of... Hang on a sec. I've not tried using the white light in the telescope. Let's see if we put the white light in the telescope whether something more powerful happens. White light telescope is over here. Because so far I've only put in the orange and the blue. So let's bang the white one in and then see what we can see. So, bang. So white, light, also demonstrates stuff that's hidden. Maybe we put it on that. Huh? Okay. So that's fresh. Where are we missing anything like that? What else can I point this at? What I'd like to be able to point it at is one of these little mirrors that was opened up by the blue booper, as it's been officially named. Can we just lob it up at that green crystal, or is that... I kind of thought I was going to do something, honestly. So we've already done that. Let's leave it up and see whether it has brought up all of the ones in the network or whether it just brought up itself. Looks like it just brought up itself. Let's go and grab the white crystal back, shine it on the things without the telescope and see if that is enough or whether it requires the telescope. Requires the telescope. Can we just boop these? Booping does nothing. Evening, Kruger. How are you? Excellent. I've currently got myself a new shiny stick, which is a white stick instead of the orange and the blue stick. It's a more powerful version of the stick. Oh, you just came back from the new Joker. What did you think? I'm genuinely very interested. I saw it myself not too long ago, and I'm very interested. What did you? What was your opinion? You liked it. All right, cool. And what was it that you liked about it? Hang on a second. I've got this thing now. This... whatever this is missing that, and I have it. So, where's this? Interesting and infuriating at the same time. That is a thing with a button on top. Was that in the room with all the mirrors in? Room with the mirrors in is here. Yeah, we've solved a couple of good ones today. I enjoyed them. I highly recommend once we get to puzzles, like in the stream, you can catch it on the Twitch VODs or on the YouTube at the end of the week. I will upload everything on Friday or Saturday, as usual. But when you get there and you get to some of these puzzles, I highly recommend just pausing the stream and having a go yourself, because they've been absolutely delightful to try and solve. I have enjoyed them a lot. So... where is this electrical power going? You see, I feel like we found We found the thing that we missed. So this thing, whatever this is missing this, which I have. Like, you know, there it is. So the question is, where is that? Additional questions. Where the hell do I use these keys? Still don't know. This is the old booper. Yeah, none of that's useful, not too bothered. What's going on up there? So that's another one of these types of electrical power boxes. The other electrical power box was over by the fishing. So is that something that's missing, maybe? Where was that? Is there anything missing in here, maybe? So no, that's all fine. This is where we created the white stick. I think that's all done. That area is complete. That area is complete. Probably. Unless they wonderfully reuse them again. So the fishing area is here. We have booped that. That has opened. We're not yet sure how that helps us. But this thing. You see, like, maybe when we power whatever this is, when we hit it with the light or whatever, this thing will do something, and then this thing will open. Looks like if we power it up, then these two tracks, like this casing will roll down. It's unclear what's going to happen with this one. Hello. There's a third key, which we've already kind of got. And so my question remains, well, it looks like something needs to go in here, but it's completely uninteractable with, and we don't seem to be able to affect these in any way. We've already sort of put that in. This would start mirrors. I mean, if we boop. Is that relevant somehow? The fact that that's twisted down or whatever, I don't know. I have not yet worked out what I'm supposed to do with this information, because I haven't figured out how to interact with this room in any way. So, like, I can't start matching stuff up or anything because... So, for example, that is that. But since I haven't figured out any way to interact with this room, I can't start arranging the symbols or trying to solve anything because, hello. Are those just references to the other? I think they're just references to other puzzles. Fascinating. I'm gonna go back up this ladder. I know that that puzzle was not being very interactive, but maybe I've missed something like a viewpoint or a light that we can boop, or just another way to approach. Oh, sorry. Oh. We just simply are not allowed to interact with that puzzle anymore. That light has been opened. And we got one more light. Where and what is that thing? Wait, is that this thing? Is it just showing us where to find it? Yeah, it's just showing us where to find it. Okay. So... this shows us where to find that. But nothing more. It doesn't show us what to do with it, or... I mean, alright, so we need to work it out. So what could we use this for? To complete something that looks similar but with a quarter missing, I suppose. So, what have we seen that is missing a part? Picture of a battery on the wall. If we use a battery, will this room still be closed? Maybe we could bring the batteries in now. Maybe that room is... Hello, what's in there? So, the room with the lever and the batteries is here, and if we take one of these batteries out, then access to that room should no longer be granted. Indeed. Access from both sides denied? Yeah. However, this is definitely the machine. We've now cranked a pattern. Let's see if that's had any effect on the patterns which are shown in here. Can't remember. Let's have a look at my notes and see what order they were in. So when we stood like here, it's a pretty useless note, but yeah, they were pretty much in this order, so it doesn't look like the order has changed by moving the batteries. Oh, wait, hold on. So these are in a particular order, and that order is probably related to the position of the batteries that are in the battery room. And if we now go and change the batteries around, then I think when we come back in, these will all be in a different order. Right. Okay. Okay. Fine. So, back to the notes. So, circle is that one, diamond is that one, etc, etc, etc. I did handily note them all down except for one of them. So, process of elimination tells us that the hexagon... Yeah, the hexagon is that. Right. So, we need... this order, and we have this order. What? Yeah, this order. So, currently, this squiggly thing is in the middle, because we know there's one there and there's one there. So the middle one is squiggly doodah. So let's find squiggly doodah. There is squiggly doodah. So that's the rectangular one, and it's currently sitting bang in the middle. Yes. Beautiful. Right. We now need... in the middle, we need dodgy Y with a T cross. So let's find out which one Y with a T cross is. Y with a T cross is circle. So... circle needs to be in the middle, and now it is. Then we need what is that? Mahjong. I don't know, I'm making shit up. An X with a couple of dashes needs to be to the left of that. So X with a couple of dashes is that one, which is the hexagon. So that one needs to be there. And to the left of that, we need the big reverse upside down L plus the Nike tick. So that'd be that one, which is the oval type thing. So that's actually correct. Oval type thing is in the correct position. And then Y with a dash and a cap, which is that one, which is the diamond, should be next. So that is theoretically correct. And they're now in the right order. The question is whether they're in the right position, and that's if we assume, and it's a big if, that I've got this correct. Well, looks like I've got two of them correct. Interesting. Now, is that because we've only got two mirrors outside that are active? No. So it's probably just that we've got them not quite right. So, which two are correct? It's the X and the caps. X and the caps is that one. And it's there. And to the left of it should be... Oh, okay. So I've just got the positioning wrong. That's fine. So to the left of that one should be that, which is that symbol, which is a rectangle. So now 3 of them should be lit up, or if we got particularly lucky, then 4. 3 it is, and therefore the other 2 must be reversed because there's no other possible correct position. Nice and easy. What? What? Okay, so to the Y with the cap, which is that one, which is correct. To the right of it should be the what? So they should be reversed, but they were just reversed. God damn it! Did I just what? I must have just put them back in wrong. There's no way. Like, there's logically no other position that they can be in, right? So diamond needs to go. Did I just do that again? Have I just done it a 3rd time? Is that? Can't remember. Oval, diamond, left oval, right diamond. Let's see if it's correct. No. So left diamond we now need. Alright, sweet baby Jesus. What is going on? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That one there. That one there. That one there. So that one is next. Let's quickly just double check exactly which one that is. So that is the rectangle. Rectangle needs to be position 4. But rectangle is position 1. What the hell? Y with the cap, diamond. Yeah, Y with the cap, diamond is correct. So, where is Y with the cap, diamond supposed to be? Y with the cap, diamond is supposed to be in position for there. But it's there currently. My mind is getting blown. What is going on? Diamond is on the left. So, diamond is now on the right. This one's now gone out. We had 3 a minute ago, now we've got 2. Why would the count diamond far left? We've now got 3. But it's not the 3 that I was expecting. I was expecting this one. What? What has happened now? What? Am I going mental? I think I'm losing my tiny little mind. That's the far right one. And it wants to be this symbol. Which is the rectangle. Rectangle. Rectangle far right. I think I know what's up. Alright, okay. Well, at least it's not, if you've got it, I'm delighted. Right, so the thing is that the rectangle is in the far right slot. Do these not represent left to right? Are they different somehow? Do they not go around in a circle? Because currently the 5th slot of the batteries is in the 1st slot of the mirrors. So currently we've got a rectangle there, and then that one, which should be a oval, let's say. Oval is currently in 5, and rectangle is in 1. Oval in 5, rectangle in 1. And yet oval is in 4, rectangle is in 5. What? I may have just put them back exactly how they were. 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, well, what the fuck? That's what I was doing before. Genuinely no idea. Right. Okay. Fine. Now that I've completed it, can you tell me what was up? Was was I making an obvious mistake? I don't. Oh, that's just so incredibly cool. I just love how they keep coming up with new cool ways to open up new areas. It just kicks ass. And now let us boop. What? What do we do with this thing? Oh, hello.
Those couple hundred years have passed quickly. I managed to master the use of all the natural resources, including all kinds of metals and all the minerals this island had to offer. After I developed the new energy source, the pure white energy crystal, I thought that by harnessing the power of my new invention, I was capable of anything. I felt like a god. Those were the golden ages of my presence here. At that point, she tried to convince me again to leave. Naturally, I did not listen. She clearly could not understand the complexity and the importance of my work here. The great power I wish to acquire here could change the lives of thousands, if not millions of people.
Yeah, but nobody said whether it could change the lives for the better. So, that seems important. Let's take a note. Two, 4, 8. So 1 is 70, then 2 is 3, 4, 7, and then 3 is 2, 4, 8. Six level. We can't currently seem to. Hello. Whoa, 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 whoa. Jesus Christ. Right. Okay. What can I interact with? Uh-huh. So I can shine different shapes, it would seem. Oh, we've fallen down the stairs. Right, okay. And I can't interact with that again, so it looks like we're stuck here. We can presumably... Alright, so we can aim it about. So I presume that we need to aim at that thing. By the looks of it, number 1 is 70. And that is this thing that we're looking at out here. So, let's bring this down. We want all the left side. Filled. Wait, can I... Oh, I can drop one out. What is providing the top right? Okay. First of all, I'm not 100% sure what we are supposed to be achieving here. Like, what am I supposed to be shining this at? The only thing I can think of is that blue light up there. And currently all I've got to go off is that it's shaped like that. You know, its shape is like this. And so I'm thinking we want to sort of have all of those ones lit up and the other side not lit up, perhaps. We've currently got everything lit up. So in this arrangement, we end up with everything. We want to get rid of the right side, so I think we want to lose that one. It loses part of the up, and we can't afford to lose part of the up. We're missing some lenses, right? It looks like we need more lenses, because there are two lenses that are not in here. And without them, I imagine we struggle to... Or do we have to take... We need more lenses. So the question becomes, where can we find... lenses, because... without them, There is no other way to interact with this machine. There are definitely two lenses missing. 1, 2. We do not seem to be able to take these out. Booping doesn't do anything. We just don't have it. So, but hang on. I can't leave this room now. What the flying fuck just happened? Well, alright. If you ever want a quick bird's eye view of the establishment, you just do that. Woo! So that looks remarkably like one of the lenses that we need, except we can't pick it up. Bastards. If we put this in here, does it have any further effect? Possibly a red herring. It's possible that this puzzle is doable without the extra 2 lenses, but I kind of doubt. So that lens pattern is quite possible to make, but we are not capable of shining the observatory at it right now because we're not facing it, right? And so the question is, when we open it, so when I boot that, it makes so. Let's just quickly make a note of that. So I think we can delete these now, they're done. Let's tidy up my notes. Don't know if I've used that one yet, but let's delete it and say we have. So this one, oh, let's take a better picture of that one and then we'll delete the second picture. Oh, it doesn't really help, so delete that. Right, that is that. Now, where was the other blue light? The other blue light, that was the close one, and then the hidden one was in here, up here. $70. What does 70 represent in this case? Oh! So now we see that one. So maybe we just... Right, okay. So we need bottom 3 and top left and top right. Bottom 3, top left, top right. We have top left and top right. Right, we have everything we need, and we've got the left one, which we do not want. The left one is being created entirely by this thing. That's it. So if we now aim that a bit, why have we lost the ability to aim this thing? Oh, because we've... While, you know, that's all wonderful news, what's that achieved? Let's go and find out what's on the map. So on the map, we're there, we're looking over towards the North Shore. So let's go. We cannot leave through that door for some reason, so off towards the North Shore we go. We can see a big beam of light, so that's handy. Big beam of light. Oh, is it going to have opened up this doorway? Look at that. Yeehaw! What? Mirrors. Mirror, mirror on the wall. Let's boop some stuff. Oh, hello. Right. Can I presume I need to fire this at that thing? Uh-huh. Oh, yes! Is this where we load our funny keys finally? So we've now got two... Oh, hello.
The opportunity I was given was meant to be shared among the worthy. My goal has become to readjust the gateway and to make this world more easily approachable. Although no one has ever been able to even scratch an ancient gateway before, using the purified power I discovered, I managed to disassemble it and get access to its crystals. Doing so, I also shut down the gateway temporarily. I imprisoned myself in this world for the sake of science. I had to make this sacrifice. To form a testing field for this type of rare mineral, I had to demolish several Dulmarian buildings.
Okay. Let's get a picture of that. We're almost certainly going to need one. So, we've got all these hexes. Okay. So that'll turn that one around, right? And all that does is pop up these. First of all, let's crank that. Now let's handprint this. Uh-oh. Okay, so when we pull this, that nips up, and we get one of those, which is going over towards that hexagon. And according to our picture, we are going to need a down, up, 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 up. So this one should therefore be in this position in order to go in this thing. But if anyone has any bright ideas about how we get that to lift, I do not know. Let's have a look at this thing. So when we do that, nothing has happened to my knowledge. No, this still just moves this around. We want it there. Being able to press B doesn't do anything. Oh, hang on. It brings down B, but that seems to... Aha! So now when we move these, for example, now when we do this, 3 of them came up. all of them except that one. Right, so let's put that back again. And then let's play around with these. It occurs to me that it might not be possible to get all of them. So let's quickly check this page again. It should be going down there and then oh, you've got to set them individually first and then get them to turn. Right, okay. Nothing turns when you've just got that one. Too many. That actually makes a difference. Jesus, what? Right, we need to get that top left one off. Like that. Top left one is now correct. Now we need to get the right one off. Bottom left one off. That one's correct, that one's correct, so we need them there, fine. We need the left one. Now I need the left one off. God, I keep forgetting to do that. That's correct. So we've now got. Let's make a quick note here. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and currently number 4 is correct. 2, 3, and 4 are correct. Number 1, incorrect. Okay. Let's see how number 5 is looking. Is that correct? Yes, number 5 is also correct. So the only one which is incorrect is number 1, which is bottom left. What have I just done? Oh, I've made them all incorrect. Balls. Right, let's... There we go. So now just number 1 incorrect again. So bottom left incorrect. Nailed it. Right, now, if we light as many of them up as possible... Fuck! Like that, for example. We get from there to there to there. To there, and it's facing the right way. So what's going on with this chutney that it's not... What's going on? Yeah. So it's just this one isn't showing something, like we're missing one. Okay. So they should go this way, this way, this way, this way, this way, this way, which is exactly what we had. So they should be sort of going around in a circle. So basically this one should point at this one, which should point at that one, which should then point over at the other one. Yeah, not all of them were up, so I think the issue is that we didn't manage to get this one up in this case. So what we need is to somehow solve this puzzle in a way where all of the lights are on. The bottom right can never be off. I don't think it goes off. Yeah, there's no button you can press that makes the bottom right go off. So this lever turns these three on and off. I just had all of them. Oh, cock, did I? Hey, there you go. What? Oh, now we need to pull this. Zong. God, that's so cool. Right, what do we do with this? How does that help us? While very cool, I'm not seeing how that necessarily helps us. Other than making me a little bit dizzy and travel sick. Pretty clear. Turn the middle one when it's down. Oh, I got you. Yeah. Point this one at that thing and then send it up. Yep, I'm with you. God, that's quite tricky to control. Let's... Well, let's try that. Right. So in order for that top light to matter, we would need this... Oh, this light source would need to point up, maybe? What lever on the other side? You mean that one? How does that help? Like, one thing we can do is that. Hey. Hold on. So in order to open that, we just need a power source in there? Oh, Jesus, this looks complicated. Right. So, presuming that needs to be connected, as does that, with a consistent line. Jesus effing Christ. Yep, it does. Interesting. That has to be either that way or that way, which means this has to go. Has to go that way, which means this has to be wrong. So, this can go this way, which can then send it down there, which can then send it down there, which can go that way instead, which can go that way instead, but that doesn't help. Oh, spicy! Let's send it this way, and then send it this way, and then send it this way. Yay! Right, so there's another lens for our big-ass telescope. And there is a green crystal with a hand sign that we can go and slap somewhere and presumably get teleported about. Several things have occurred to me. The first is that this thing is I've seen one of these elsewhere, and so we need to figure out how to get a little battery thing to put in it. Like, if I try and show you, where is it? It's fishing place and down, it's this way. So that puzzle we just solved should power that, and it should be this thing. And so what we need is a bit of white crystal, like that just goes thunk in there, and that will allow us to open that. So whenever we get one of those, we'll be able to open this one, and it should give us the same type of puzzle so that we can open this. But we don't currently have that, and I don't know of a way to make one. We do have a new bit of lens, and I presume therefore that we've got to come back up here and do some lensing. So we did the first one at 70, the second one is at 347, so let's get on with it. 347, we want to go left. Christ on a trike, this is slow. Right. But the problem is that on the previous two, we knew very well what let's just pop that lens in. Right. So we knew what we wanted in order to open it, because we could see. We could see the pattern, right? Because this one had opened, and so we knew what pattern we wanted to shine on it. For example, I'm sure we could shine a pattern on this one. In fact, why don't we just do this one first? Doesn't make sense. Why are we trying to do that one over there, which is the only one that we haven't been able to boop and thus open? But hang on, because the up there was some green light. I remember seeing a green light. Yes, look, there's a green light that we can teleport to. So if we put our green light in this thing, for example, by doing that, and then getting our green hand thing here, and then we point this up at that. Now, when we slam that with our hand, woohoo! So there's something to read. Whoop!
Now I see. He trapped you here. Did you really come here without any intent? Without any selfish goals? My name is Gamana. I'm protecting this world. He is playing you just as he once played me. All these little puzzles he makes you solve must be part of his stubborn plans. There was a time when I thought of him as a friend, and I helped him. Just as you help him now. What have I done? How could I not see? But wait. Maybe... Yes. Maybe you will be of some help after all.
I wish you'd stop
For
flicking
now,
around me.
You must obey his rules. But honestly, do you have a choice? Still, our time will come. The time when we will stop him.
So, from here, we should be able to boot this. Ah! Oh, this game's just so incredibly satisfying. Presume we're supposed to get something from the alchemical gardens, maybe, to pour down that to sort of kill this plant. Could be interesting. Anyway, we are at the end of the 3-hour session, so let's have a little save. And we will be back. So we've made quite a lot of progress today. The discovery of that sort of green light beaming movement mechanic was a boon. We've got our blue light boop that we're able to open stuff with from range. So I think the adding of ranged elements to the puzzles is really cool. There were a couple of really nice little math and logic and those sort of light matching puzzles that I really enjoyed. Apologies, but I can't, when I'm doing those puzzles, I can't see a very good way to interact with the chat in order to, because you've got to try so many combinations so quickly that by the time someone was typing out like try this, try this, try this, try this, it's just too much. You need to do a bit of trial and error, and so I think it's better for me to just sort of try and do it my way, and so that's what I did. But Quern, what a lovely game. I think well worth recommending to friends. You know, I think obviously we're here playing through it sort of together, as it were, so I'm sure that playing it yourself after watching me play it wouldn't be as good. And I know that at least one guy doesn't watch the stream on Wednesdays because he wants to play through Quern after watching me play it for like 10 minutes. He decided it was probably better to just buy the game himself and play through it. But for those of you that enjoy watching it, I love playing it, and I love hanging out with you and just having a lovely chilled evening on Wednesday, so it works out well for all of us. Tomorrow, we're going to be doing a big co-op stream. It's going to be something a bit special. Doing the Darkest Dungeon with 3 of our regular viewers who are going to help or not sure yet what they're going to do. Yes, Piper MacB is indeed one of the 3 helpers or hinderers. I'm not sure which he's planning on yet. And we're going to go through the Darkest Dungeon, and there I have 2 DLCs for it. One was the Shield Bearer or Breaker, because Scary was complaining that I didn't have it, so I got that one for him. And another one of the ones was actually free, so I just picked that one up. Anyway. So we're going to give that a go. Feel free to drop in. I think that will be hilarious either way, and it promises to be a really entertaining stream. So hope you all have a wonderful evening. Piper, look forward to seeing you tomorrow, and all the best.